All right. Hello, home service pros. Welcome to the Battle Plan Marketing Podcast, episode number 120. Today we have an awesome special guest on the show, Mrs. Tyrell Tompkins of Shaw Plumbing Services and Shaw Trenchless out in Spokane, Washington. Awesome company, 600 plus reviews on Google, 4.9 rating, 200 plus on HomeAdvisor, 4.8 rating. Guys are doing the business the right way. So without further ado, let's dive right in.
Welcome to the Battle Plan Marketing Podcast for Contractors. Get actionable advice and tactics on how to grow your home service company. Plus interviews with industry experts dropping value bombs in marketing, sales, and operations. And now let's power up your home service biz with your host, Mark Ambrose of Battle Plan Marketing.
Welcome to the show, Tyrell.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate it. So let's dive in, Tyrell. Tell us what you do, who you guys do it for, and where you do it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'll tell you, Spokane, Washington is that's our hometown. We work all across Washington, pretty far spread out, but our main areas are Spokane Valley. We go Kellogg, Idaho, we go all over the place. But yeah, our main thing on the trenchless side is trenchless sewer and water replacement. That's by way of lining, or some would say relining, and bursting, water pulling as well. And then on the plumbing side, that's pretty well standard plumbing. We focus on the residential. That's more based in Spokane and Spokane Valley. We get out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's a little south of Seattle, correct?
Yes, I believe so, Mark. You might need that.
That's okay. So you guys don't go up, you don't service the Seattle area then itself?
No. We don't go that far.
Gotcha. Yeah, Spokane's a pretty big place as it is.
Yeah.
So two services, one you're specializing big time, and two trenchless. And you do bursting too. So, right, two different things, right? Pulling a liner and then bursting the pipe. Those are two different methods, yes?
Correct. Yes.
Do you do one more than the other, or?
We have found that lining has really increased recently. For bursting, you're still making two access points. One typically inside the home, maybe in the basement, and one in the street. Here in Spokane, the homeowner is responsible for the sewer line all the way to the city connection in the street, or you might go on property. So there's two access points for bursting, and typically you are going to excavate the access in the street or on the property, and you would use a jackhammer inside the home in the basement, or sometimes you can get access to the pipe easier. But yeah, so two access points, and then with lining, you only need one access point, and you are simply coating.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you're coating the inside of the pipe, creating a new pipe within the host pipe. So both methods.
Right.
You get to avoid digging up your whole lawn and having to lay new pipe, regrade, all that sort of thing. So both of these methods follow the current grade. That's one of the nice things about it.
Big advantage.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, especially if you have hardscape and stuff like that already. Yeah, you got hardscaping all around your property, it'll be your only alternative.
Absolutely. Avoiding those landscaping fees.
Yeah, exactly. So on the liner, what you pull through, an existing drain then? You don't need that other access point?
No, so typically you would make one access point, say in the floor, near the floor drain, something to that effect. And you are shooting a cal tube. Now it's a calibration tube is what short cal tube. So that's sent down the line. Right. And then what you're doing is you're sending an epoxy liner inside between the pipe and the cal tube there. You're flipping it essentially inside out. And now the inside's coated once it hardens. So yeah, just one access point, and then it's pulled out the same direction you went in, and that calibration tube is pulled out, and you've got a brand new pipe. So
that's sweet. Do you pressurize that pipe to like expand that sleeve so it's up against the walls?
yeah, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. We use a hot water cure. So it circulates, the hot water circulates. And there's a couple of different ways you can do it. There's UV, there's water, and there's pressure. Typically that would be with a drum. We don't use the drum. We've found that to be, if there's any issues ever, you got to get your hands inside the drum and all kinds of stuff. And we use a quick shot method. So the liner can go out back behind you as far as it needs to go. Makes things a little more straightforward, we believe.
Yeah, awesome. In the future then, Tyrell, can that liner be hydrojetted without being cut up and stuff? It's pretty solid after that, or?
Absolutely. So there's the tests they've done, they've said, okay, it'll last 50 years plus, this type of thing. This is regular wear and tear. Now, I believe that they're going to last beyond 50 years. 50 years is obviously the minimum. So that's what they can essentially guarantee. It is a solid pipe within the pipe. So it's only 1/8 of an inch. So it doesn't go down any flow of the line or anything to that effect. It actually speeds it up typically because it's so smooth. There's no joints.
Smooth.
Yeah. Oh, baby. It's smooth. So yeah, anything you flush just rolls. So now that doesn't mean you flush anything down the toilet, but still gotta treat it right. But yeah.
Keep the kids' toys out of the toilet. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Sweet. I always love when I run into a company that specializes. So that's pretty awesome. So do you network with other plumbers to get some of that business, or what's your marketing efforts behind Trenchless alone?
Well, yes, that's one of the things. Both of these companies are owned by Hank Shaw, but we keep them as separate as we can because, yeah, we're team players. We play nice with everybody. We're not going to, if a plumber comes in and says, hey, I need you guys to work on this, we're not going to steal that client for our plumbing side or something like that. So we just don't do that.
Right.
We're the people that the other people who are doing trenchless, the other companies that are doing trenchless in the area, we're the ones they call when there's issues. So it is imperative for us to play nice with others. So yes, there is networking with other plumbers. Right, I mean, we have a lot of friends in the plumbing industry. A lot of the guys that are here at Shaw Plumbing and Shaw Trenchless have come from other companies, other plumbing companies. So it's a big part of who we are.
I see. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Is that a bigger part of your business than the normal plumbing services? Yeah.
No.
Because the jobs are so big, right? Those are 5-figure jobs, or?
Well, they're different. They're different styles. No, I mean, they're not. Yeah, I mean, they're typically a 5-figure deal. But yeah, with plumbing, I mean, you're out there. We've got between 6 and 9 trucks on the road consistently, filling appointments. Yeah, nice. Filling appointments every day. So it's just a different monster. Awesome. They're two different beasts. And so the plumbing side does well.
They are.
And again, that's one of the reasons we play nice. We know there's enough sunshine for everybody. We're not concerned about it. On the plumbing side, it's just consistent appointments. And then on the trenchless side, yes, it's a higher ticket item, but you might do one job. I mean, we can do a job in a day, but sometimes that job might take 2 to 3 days if there's issues or something like that. So it is a different beast.
Right. Yeah. 2 different models entirely. 2 different marketing models. Everything about them is different.
Oh.
They're related due to plumbing. What kind of marketing do you do on the plumbing side? Just normal plumbing services? Are you doing Google Ads or Angie's or Home Advice? Well, I guess they're the same now. Any of that kind of lead?
Yeah, we're doing pretty much the standard PPC, guaranteed, Google guaranteed. We're doing some OTT, over the top, for those of you who are out in the world there.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So, yeah, billboards, we're moving towards commercials, that type of thing.
Sweet. So YouTube streaming ads and stuff like that?
Yep.
So commercials would be what? Local TV then, Tyrell?
Yeah, local TV and also streaming. So there's a couple of companies that specialize in it. I think the most expensive part of that up front anyway is the production. So a lot of that, where I put my focus, and I'm going to be creating a lot of content, a lot of B-roll. So that's, I think, where we really are beginning to find a niche on the marketing side, is that there's a willingness. Nice. There's a willingness on my end to go the extra mile to create the proper kind of content rather than a business owner. Not a lot of businesses are just at that size where you have the owner out trying to get that content, and you know how it is. It's not the right type of content. It's not ideal. So I think that's really one of the places I feel like we're excelling and taking over more of the pie in this area as well.
I like
clientele-wise.
I like it. Less competition in that world, and you get to impart your culture and your people. And are you bringing team and faces into that advertising?
Yes, absolutely. I think that personal touch is required.
I agree.
Yeah, and doing profiles on people and things of that nature. Most of the time, people have too much on their plate, and so it's hard to get those types of things. But we're going to make it happen. So.
Yeah, definitely difficult. Speaking from the marketing side, to get business owners to participate and create content like that. So it's got to be really done internally. I like that. They've brought in a marketing guy, yourself, into this company to help in that end. Is your background in media purchases and commercial radio, TV? Then?
Not necessarily. So I came from a background of being a singer in a band.
Oh, yeah?
So a lot of my marketing experience, and I would say running into walls and then figuring out a better way to get around, is just a part of who I am. Yep. And I started out in a different company here in the area that I was able to test a lot of those things and find out what worked and what didn't. Plus, if you love, and Mark, you know this, and I'll try not to go too far in marketing because you and I could just sit here and just bang it out all day and we'd love that.
Right.
But, if you love marketing, you're in it all the time and you see it. I mean, other people are annoyed by commercials and these other things. And they're like, more advertising. I love it. I love the subconscious advertising, ambient and direct, everything involved. So what happened was I was working for the sewer company. I started in the field. And this is after and during all the band stuff. I started in the field, came into the office as a CSR, had some ideas, moved into policy and procedure writing. Then I moved into becoming an estimator there. And then I was the operations manager. And then eventually, next step would have inevitably been ownership. I didn't want to do that. Anyway, moved on from there, started my own marketing company, decided I didn't like that at all because I was essentially someone's employee to some degree, which is a lot of business ownership, of course, but it just wasn't what I was wanting. I still own my businesses and everything, but I said, okay, I'm not going to advertise for more clients. And that gave me some experience, some training, those types of things. And then I jumped into this. Hank is a guy I used to work with, and he and I had talked some years ago, and he wanted me to potentially come over to the company years back. And I just said, I just don't feel like it's right at this time. And so recently it just worked out. So
nice. That's a good journey. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
From the trenches, so to speak, on up.
Yes. From the trenches to the trenchless.
Right. There you go. I like it. It. That's great. I like it a lot. So you had a lot to learn there. PPC, YouTube ads, radio, TV, content creation. Yeah. It's no small task there. So hats off to you. Way to go.
No, yeah. Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. How about on the plumbing side? Did they get into leak? Did you guys have slabs or basements in the Spokane area?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got both. I think Were you saying leak detection there? We don't get into leak.
I was heading down. You don't get into that leak detection, insurance,
No,
water damage
no,
mitigation world? Okay, that's cool. You got the trenchless world. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as the plumbing side goes, I mean, of course we get those kinds of calls. But yeah, I mean, by the time it's flooded out, yeah, we'll do the repair, but we're not going to. We don't want to get into the restoration side. I know that's kind of a natural step potentially, but we have some good connections in that arena, so we don't mess with that.
Yeah. That's a good profit center also for plumbing companies. Like in drain cleaning leads to camera inspection, leads to sewer repipe, relining, stuff like that. Leaks lead to potentially damage mitigation services. Restoration's a bigger nut to crack. I would leave that to somebody else. But there is money to be made in the mitigation side for a plumber if they want to equip themselves and get IIRCC certified.
Yeah.
So that's another profit center potentially for plumbers out there. Those are two big ones, actually, going down the drain or into the leak world. How about the water softeners? You got the whole country seems to have hard water. So you guys get into that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do on the plumbing side. We get into a lot of water softeners. So it's a good portion of our business. And we do drain cleaning as well. I didn't really mention that. But yeah, we do the drain cleaning as well on the plumbing side. Nice. Maintain them as we can. Typically, if somebody needs some drain cleaning, they might need a sewer replacement, obviously. So yeah, we want to make sure we serve those people properly and get them the information they need. So.
Right. And so you guys offer camera inspection, hydrojetting, all that good stuff.
We don't do hydrojetting right now. Yeah, we do video inspection.
And is that a normal course, Tyrell, then, on a drain cleaning job or an Uncle Rooter job? Do you charge to throw the camera down there, or do you throw the camera down there and knowing that X percent will turn into a bigger job?
Well, for estimates, we would just run the camera down. We're not going to charge you just to look at it when we already know it's a replacement. Now, if it's a drain cleaning call, I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of it, but it depends on what's being done there may be a small fee involved for the video side of things.
Gotcha. So the tech makes a call at the site, whether he thinks they need it or not, whether there might be a bigger underlying problem or something like that. Like if they have multiple clogs all the time or whatever.
Right. Exactly. So, and in that case, we would do a charge up front, and then we'd give that back to them if they move forward.
Gotcha. I like it. So you say water softeners, whole house filtration. Is that a good part of the business? Or?
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest parts of our business is installation. There's a lot of people just wanting extra restroom downstairs or something like that, and faucet replacement, things of that nature. A lot of the homes here in Spokane are older. So there's quite a bit of housing that's 1950s and prior. So finding clients that will need to call you again is pretty regular.
Right.
That's why it's been so important for us to establish trust with our clients. I mean, that's the biggest
100%. Thing. Yeah. Can't agree more there. And obviously you're doing it. I saw those ratings on Google and stuff. You guys are awesome. You're walking the walk. So congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Systems in place. Hank has done a good job, obviously. SOPs, quality control, good training. You don't have 600 reviews, 4.9 rating, unless you hired 599 Ethiopians. I'm sorry. I don't mean anything there. My apologies. Fake people to put a rating on there. That's not happening. In that,
exactly.
So, let's talk about content marketing a little bit, Tyrell. What kind of content would you recommend other plumbers out there start thinking about producing to help in their local markets?
I would say as far as content is concerned, going back to what I said a little bit earlier, I mean, I do think that you need regular content that is for Google, right? It's for the internet.
SEO.
Exactly. You need these pieces that go out that are kind of, people go, oh, come on, I'm not going to click on anything plumbing. Of course, you're going to need that stuff going out. This is ambient marketing. This is for the subconscious. Now, the personalized stuff, going back to what we were saying earlier, the creating a personalization method for which the people can connect to the person on the other side is imperative.
Yeah.
And I think the value of that has been lost. It's the difference. It's the difference between you're in someone's house and they offer you a coffee. You receive it because there's a connection there.
Nice.
You don't say, oh, no, thank you, and be humble, whatever. That's not what it is. It's a false humility. You receive it because there's a connection made. They feel special by doing something nice for you. So that's not a manipulation. I think you've probably had this conversation before. Marketing is not manipulation. It's connection. And if you view it that way, we should all be connecting to people on a daily basis, whether they are a client or not. There should be a connection there. You look people in the eyes and they're talking to you and you're receiving, your eyebrows naturally go up because you are in a receiving position. You're listening. Your eyebrows just naturally do that, right? So that's the kind of thing it's that human connection. So as far as content goes, that's my perspective. And I think not enough marketers do it, and then the service industry, it's just not there.
Yeah. So getting the owner on camera speaking, getting the team on camera, highlights, these kind of things.
Yep.
Do you guys have a YouTube? I'm sorry, I didn't check beforehand. Do you have a YouTube channel or how do you publishing and distributing that content?
Yeah, a lot of that is in process. So we have YouTube channels, but I've only been here enough time to just begin to get this up and running.
Start to plan it all out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot going on. Websites and
there's a lot.
There's a lot happening. So
I'd like to speak to that a little bit because our last episode, we talked about ChatGPT-3. I'm sure you're familiar with now, which for our listeners who are unfamiliar, that's artificial intelligence, a software program. It's been around for a few years, but it's really in the news today, and it will write, it will code. It does a lot of things.
Yep.
And Google issued a warning just the other day, saying, man, if you create your content for your blog or whatever, totally from AI, you are not going to be found in Google search anywhere. We will bury that. And so I started thinking more and more about this because I'm seeing all kinds of things now. People creating automations to make auto reply to your reviews. All kinds of things like this, right? Which to me are super, super dangerous. Because we use AI in helping us craft content, but we don't use it solely to create content and walk away from it. And it will say some ridiculous things sometimes. And you don't want that as a reply to your review.
Absolutely.
If you walked up to me and said, Mark, what an awesome job your company did for me last week, and I pulled out a device that thanked you with some weird wording, you'd be like, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
And yet people I'm too busy to answer the kind words of a customer myself. I'm going to use, no. So something else you just said earlier was that showing your culture, showing your team.
Yes.
So important. So now let's fast forward, I don't know, 2 years from now. And 90% of these companies have crafted GPT-3 content for whatever, everything, all the plumbing keywords and topics. Right? And so now the Google search result is loaded with all these AI blog posts. Google's not going to love that.
Yeah.
So how do you stand out from that? You do it with personal cultural content from your business. Let them see you.
Absolutely.
So I think what you said is going to become more important than ever when AI starts to dilute the culture out of the search engine results page.
Right.
Heads up to the people out there. All right, let's take a look at it. What would you say was the worst marketing dollars you ever spent?
Oh boy.
Like it just didn't work at all. It was total crap.
I would say, now this depends on location and whatever. So nothing against.
Sure.
I love golf. I love golfing, all those things. But we had done the ball washing machines. I say we. This is actually not
sponsoring.
Yes, this is actually probably not my own. I shouldn't be using maybe this experience as my own, but I just know what that was like. So it's not very expensive, of course, if you're on a budget, whatever. But yeah, that was probably the worst. I mean, you never heard anyone say, yeah, I was at the golf course washing my golf balls and I saw you and I thought to call you. So of course that again goes back to ambient marketing. And again, I don't want to hold anything against any type of marketing. I don't think anyone should ever apologize for marketing if they believe in what they're doing. But yeah, the ball washing station.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I bet a lot of companies are getting solicited all the time to donate to a hole. You can own the ninth hole, right? Or whatever. So yeah, be careful out there, listeners, and track it, right?
Absolutely.
So if you are, then track it. Put a phone tracking number on that.
Absolutely.
And see what the return is, which I'm going to guess you guys do on your billboards and stuff.
Yeah, we do. Now, you're aware, Mark, this is just for the people listening. Of course, the way to track that is a third party tracking system because you're not going to see, people are not driving on the road and going, oh, I'm driving to work and my sewer line just busted and I'm going to call right from my phone. So it doesn't work like that. It is subconscious, but if you are putting these third party pieces in place, then you'll see that rise where the billboard is in that general area, that type of thing. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. It's a touch point and it requires multiple touch points. Yes. Depending on what marketing stats you read, you got to touch them 6 to 12 times before they'll call you. So that billboard, it's planting. And I like how you can measure it by the neighborhood where the billboards are. You see increased activity or the neighborhoods along that transit. Maybe.
Exactly.
So that's cool. Yeah. And so you guys, obviously, it sounds like you are tracking everything one way or another.
Yes, we do a heavy tracking with everything. I mean, I think that's one of the most important pieces. I mean, because it's a constant learning.
Thank you. Yeah.
If you're not learning.
We see so many companies, Tyrell, that spend dollars and they don't track.
Yes.
And it breaks my heart, man, to see a lot of money, 5 figures going out a month and not being tracked. So, like, well, what's working? What's not?
Right.
Where are dollars being wasted? So you have to track it. Phone tracking numbers, QR codes, lots of different ways to do it. Landing pages, special landing pages if you're sending online ads, these kinds of things. Cool.
Yeah. Love it.
All right, we got the worst, so stay away from golf courses and sponsoring the 19th hole.
Yep.
How about the best? What has been some of the best rewarding advertising you guys have done, would you say?
Well, as far as rewarding, it depends on what perspective you're coming from. Now, what I mean is every business owner wants to see their business name and they want to hear their friends say, I saw this. So we here are a big fan of the streaming commercials and also billboards. Now, those are two big pieces. I would never suggest anyone that they just go out and do that until they have social media established and their website, and their GBP and all this stuff.
Yes.
But I think it's a big piece. We like those because they're so obvious. You drive by them, you go, oh, wow, look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah. Now, streaming commercials, where are they streaming on?
Well, streaming is now, you can do it in such a way that you can geofence areas. So essentially, you do a job in a certain area, you want to geofence around there. So people are not only driving by you, there's a touch point. A lot of people stop, depending on what you're doing. Oh, is Shaw Plumbing is there in the neighborhood. They see a guy walking to and from his van or whatever, and they say, oh, hey, whatever. They get a card, whatever, touch point. Now they see it on their TV, touch point. They're driving to work. They see the billboard. So yeah, when you said that, you said 8 to 12 times. Yeah. Probably has gone up. My thought process is always like 8 to 10. And I'm like, okay, you're going to call somebody? Well, if they don't pick up the phone, hang up and call right back. Because how many times did you pick up the phone when
Right.
When the same person calls back and you go, oh, maybe I do know this person. Things like that. Those kinds of actions.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. How about a common myth about the, you'll take it, plumbing or marketing world that you'd like to debunk? What's just total hogwash about one or the other?
Well, I would say,
or maybe marketing for plumbing.
well, I'll hit both really quick. Here's what I'll say. With plumbing and with sewer or water line repair, I would say a common myth is, oh, I've got this little issue. Let's just spot repair this thing. Now we're done. We're all good. Well, the layers of that just come into effect. If you want to sell your house 2 years from now, the realtor's going to come in and they're going to say, hey, you got old pipes here. You got to give us a discount. Now we're back to a buyer's market to some degree. So,
right. Yeah, we are. We're heading
there. So you got issues with the sewer line. It's probably not just one spot. It's probably the whole thing. And you're going to probably be best to replace the whole thing. So that's a myth, is that, oh, I'll just fix the issue and everything's fine after that. And in marketing, I would say this specifically to business owners. As a marketing director, the most frustrating thing is that if you don't give these methods of marketing time, you will fail, because it takes time for these things to show whether it's working or not. So you change your strategy every month, you're going to be in bad shape.
Yeah.
Be patient.
Shiny object syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah. And no patience. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. These things take time. It's not like PPC ads.
Yes.
Which are immediate gratification pretty much. Otherwise, it's the ROI on it's probably not going to work out.
Right.
But I agree. Content marketing, streaming, billboards, all these things, these other touch points are going to take a while. And I like how you said, make sure you have that base. You look good there. Yeah. Your reviews, your website, your social, because they're going to go and look at you there after they see this other touch points. Yep. And if you haven't invested in and that's all people have to go by, companies today, yes. right? For the most part.
Yes.
They're going to, whatever the touch points are, and then they're going to go online and they're going to look your site up. They're going to look up your social maybe on one or more platforms that they frequent. Yep. Of course, they're going to check your reviews before they've even called
yes.
you. They've done all this.
Yes.
So before you invest in this nice, fancy, schmancy advertising, before you build a house, make sure the foundation is pretty damn solid.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? I like it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That's good, Mark.
That's a good myth. I like
yes.
that. So you love marketing. What's your favorite part of either the plumbing business or marketing for it, would you say, Tyrell?
Well, at this point, my favorite part is working for the company that, A, has a budget. I talk to so many people that are starting businesses. They don't understand that you need a marketing budget.
Yeah.
You're not going to survive off of the old word of mouth methodology. And so I would say my favorite part is working with a company that I have a budget to work with and that has a vision in mind. And when I say, okay, well, here's your vision, this is what we have to do, then the answer is, okay, let's do it, rather than, you don't need to do that, this type of thing. The service industry is kind of like that. So having an open dialogue with Hank that's priceless. So that's my favorite part.
Super important. Good advice there again. Have a marketing budget, man. Or I won't name names, but I know a guy who's been in business for 30 years and he's still stuck with the outside sales guy, calls on the accounts and stuff. Because he does B2B. He does B2C, but through B2B.
Right.
And man, that's no. I understand like B2B is a relationship business in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. And that's a face-to-face makes those even better. But not that outside sales world. That's not really working like it used to. That can come a little later maybe, but marketing, sales is really bad marketing.
Right.
I heard somebody say. I think it was Gary Vee. I don't know if you're familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Sales is really shitty marketing. Yes. Marketing, and you hear the golf analogy, marketing is the drivers and the irons to get you to the green so sales can put it in the hole.
Man, that's good.
That kind of thing. If you don't have marketing, you got no sales.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you're relying on salespeople who now have to push people or whatever. And now your reputation's at stake. You don't want any part of that, man. How about internal marketing? Tyrell, you guys do a lot of like a newsletter or email newsletter, any of that? You stay connected to your existing customers, a key club or something like that?
Here's the thing. We don't have anything in place right now as far as a VIP club. We're working on some strategic maneuvers that will make that work. We do have email. We're going to have direct email and email campaigns on a regular basis set up, not just for our current clients, but also email capturing funnels where we can reach out to new clients via email. Yeah. So the opt-in market is extremely successful typically overall, which is surprising to me. as much email as I have that I've ignored, but it's a high rate of return as far as people. It still works really well. Yeah.
I was just talking to one of our plumbers about the guy, tank versus tankless guy, salt-free versus a conditioner, salt-free versus salt softener. These kind of guides where they can opt in, get an email series that further education, get a guide, get a little drip series of emails. These are powerful things, and staying connected is super, super important to your existing customers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I like to hear that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool beans. Let's give some advice to a lot of guys and gals out there nowadays. Just starting out, what kind of advice would you give somebody who just starting a plumbing or any kind of service company?
Well, I guess it goes back to, I guess I've been shooting advice off just from the hip in random spots. But
a lot of it, yeah. No, it's great.
I would say it goes back to the budget. Honestly, there's two things that happen in my experience. One of them is I have no budget at all. Let me know what something costs and I'll see where I can put it. So if I'm the owner starting a service company, I establish a budget no matter how small it is. And I don't just come up with a budget, but I go, okay, we're going to change it. We're going to add to it at this point. Now we're going to begin tracking it here. We're going to stop and assess it at this point. It is literally about marks on the calendar for me. So I'm all about systemization, systems you can duplicate.
Nice.
And that are scaling. Now, a lot of people say that are scalable, but it doesn't matter if something's scalable if you're not scaling it. So it's about putting a date on it and moving upward. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, working your way toward it. Yeah, that's good advice because that's everything today. Marketing is everything. The digital world did even the playing field, gave us an equal chance, so to speak.
The
little plumber can look better online, be faster, be quicker, get more reviews than the guy who's been there for 30 years.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, every plumber in town now is right there on Google for the searcher. So it's a double-edged sword.
It sure
is. So it's all about marketing. And in the digital world, marketing in a digital world. All those yellow pages. Now, direct mail, do you guys do any direct mail at all?
Yes. So that's another thing that we're going to start here pretty quick. That's being established, being set up right now. We're going to be doing direct mail on a regular basis. So we don't.
Yeah, it definitely works.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that just blew me away just in the last couple of years is to hear that, I don't know how old you are, Mark, but I'm 40. So there's some gray there.
Oh, you got 5 gray hairs. Yeah. I got 5 brown ones. Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, that's all right. I'm heading that way. Well, so here's the thing. I experienced my parents opening junk mail on a regular basis. But when I became a homeowner, I did not receive a lot of junk mail. I'm still excited when I get mail that has my name on it. And that's just a really interesting thing because junk mail has been so talked about that a lot of business owners today that are maybe 5 to 10 years older than me They don't want to do direct
good
mail
point.
because they're like, oh, I don't want to
point.
get that junk. Well, the average homeowner today is between, I believe it's 25 and 35. So
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
It's a whole new market.
It really is. And it is working out there for a lot of companies. It's good ROI. Once again, track it, send them to a landing page, have a tracking phone number, all that good jazz on there. But yeah, 100%. That's really interesting that you brought it up because I am older. I look at mail. Geez, junk mail, the whole box. I got to filter through and worry if I threw something out that was real among that 8 pounds of junk.
Sure.
But you're right today, but that has decreased dramatically because of the digital world.
Yeah.
And now younger people, I even read a while back that they like physical greeting cards now a little bit. It's a little tactile. And a little bit better than just an emailed greeting card. Kind of thing. So, So yeah, don't discount anything. Make sure, investigate to see if there's an ROI on that particular marketing tactic nowadays.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Love it.
How about, we'll start to close it up here, Tyrell. How about a couple of resources or books or anything that you might recommend, or one out there to business owners?
Well,
anything you recommend?
Oh, man.
Or a person to follow? Or
Yeah. As far as a person to follow, I would say, yes, Gary V. That's just, can't get enough of that guy.
Yep.
But
right. Now he's an acquired taste for some people.
Parental advisory, parental discretion.
Right.
But
yes.
But anyway, Rachel Peterson, if you're not following her, but you love marketing, you should
not
be.
Familiar.
Oh man. Well, Mark, this is for you then. You got to check it out. But anyway.
Rachel Peterson.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And let's see, as far as books, there's so many. I hated reading when I was young. I didn't like I didn't like anything that wasn't real. And I found self-help books for some reason. Og Mandino.
Yeah.
Anything by Og Mandino.
Oh, nice.
This is mindset stuff. This is probably more for the business owner or the potential business owner. It's all about mindset, greatest salesman in the world. Like it or not, life is sales day in, day out. Marketing is sales. It all is. This podcast is sales. Everything we do.
Yeah.
So it's everything. Yeah. And I'd say learn to love sales through those books. And of course, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all that good stuff is there too.
Yeah. That's good stuff too. Both of those are pretty tiny little books too.
Exactly.
And really impactful.
Yes.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. Boy, that's what I got, I guess.
Hey, that's good stuff. Those are two really good books. Og Mandino is the greatest salesman in the world, right? That's the title?
Yeah, the greatest salesman in the world. He does the greatest salesman in the world too, and some other ones. If you don't love reading already, he's an easy read. But it's been a while. I know I got that in the closet somewhere. I should dig that out again. We can all use a refresher. Yes, right? Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So let's close it out with a couple of things, actually, Tyrell. So if there are plumbers in the Spokane area who don't currently do Trenchless, and a lot of them don't, right? How do they reach you? What's the best way to reach you to connect with you guys?
Yes. Well, I should know the number off the top of my head, but we're using all the numbers for tracking. So I'll just tell you this. Yeah. Go to Trenchless.com, and that's just SHAW Trenchless.com. So hit us up there.
One word.
Yes, sir. And that's for the Trenchless side of things. For the plumbing side of things, it's ShawPlumbingServices.com. But yeah, if you're a plumber, obviously you're going to want the Trenchless side. And like I said, we're not going to steal your clients, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. Do you guys pay a referral fee or anything like that, or do you do it?
We do. I'm probably not going to throw it out over the airwaves.
Yeah, no. Don't keep. Yeah, the numbers change all the time. Exactly. But you do work with the plumber and monetarily reward them.
Absolutely.
For sending some business your way. That's awesome.
We've got a system in place for that. So reach out to us.
And again, 600 reviews on Google, 200 on Home Advisor. These guys I don't know you guys, of course, but just based on that alone, if I was a plumber, I'd feel pretty comfortable having a conversation about referring my clients over to you.
Well, thank you, Mark. That means a lot to me. I appreciate you.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for your time here today, Tyrell, and to our listeners, of course, as well. We hope you like what you heard today. If so, please rate, review, subscribe to the podcast, of course. Feel free to share this one on your social channels. We'll see you in the next one. Good luck out there today, and create a great day.
Thanks for listening to the Battle Plan Marketing Podcast. To power up your home service business, for show notes, visit battleplanmarketing/podcast. If you enjoyed our show, please share it on social. Until next time.